Well, hello, my lovelies. It's Murky Meg here. Well, hello. It is Tuesday, the 20th of February. Before I start, I just want to take a little moment to thank everybody that viewed yesterday's video. It kind of went a bit crazy, so thank you everybody for the views. I'm overwhelmed, quite frankly, and it's wonderful. But if you're new here, hi! But if you are a OG listener, hi again! So, I'm going to talk in today's video about Harry and his visit to see his father, King Charles. Now, when he flew over from America to the UK, when Charles had his diagnosis, everybody just went, oh, okay, right, so he's coming over to see his father. And then he stayed overnight and then went straight back to California. And everybody kind of scratched their heads and then everybody, including me, assumed that it was a PR stunt, because that's basically what it looked like, wasn't it? It was a PR stunt. He was only graced with, some people say 12 minutes, some people say 30 minutes. So, say 15 to 30 minutes he was graced with time with his father, which, to be fair, isn't a lot. But there is a blinking good reason. But it seems that, and I think this has come directly from the Sussex PR camp, again trying to paint Harry as the victim that we all know that he loves to play. And the reason why I say this is because it can be easily disproven. Okay, you ready for this? Harry was blocked from having a heart-to-heart with King Charles by Palisades over fear they'd never get rid of him. Now, it is being reported that it is believed that Harry had hoped to join the king for a few days at Sandringham. Now, as we know, the king was in London for his treatment and then flew by helicopter to his estate in Sandringham shortly after seeing Harry for those brief few moments. Now, remember, Harry wasn't invited. He just took it upon himself to just hop on a plane and see his father. Didn't actually understand the technicalities of a schedule that the king may have, and basically expected everybody to drop everything so they could accommodate him. Doesn't work like that, I'm afraid, Harry. But what actually transpired, according to this news piece, is that an insider said that he was instructed to visit Clarence House, his father's home in London, for a short managed face-to-face meeting before being told to get himself a hotel for the night. The source says Harry came over to see his father expecting to go to Sandringham, but instead he was asked to be at Clarence House and was restricted to 30 minutes. The fear was that if he went to Sandringham, they wouldn't get rid of him. Now, Harry flew in on Tuesday the 6th of February, and I've done a video on this, which basically accuses him of alerting the media to get maximum publicity. And we saw him going in, and then we saw Charles taking off. So we knew exactly how much time he spent within Clarence House. And that's where kind of the 12 minutes to half an hour debate is happening. Nobody actually knows how long he spent with the king. But it's no more than 30 minutes. Like I said, some people are saying 12 minutes, some people say 15, but I'm erring on the side of caution and saying maximum 30 minutes at the most. And I know Lady C is saying 12 minutes, and I completely respect that. And to be honest, that's really, really plausible. And we know that it's been confirmed that he spent the night in a hotel. Gosh, he wasn't allowed to stay in any of the royal households. And we saw him leaving too. We saw him at the airport the next day, which was Wednesday the 7th. Now, depending on wind speed and wind direction, it normally takes between 11 and 12 hours to get from Heathrow to LA. He was expected to leave around about 3 o'clock in the afternoon UK time, so that would mean that he would get into LA at around about 7 o'clock in the evening LA time, 3 o'clock in the morning UK time. So he would arrive back in LA on Wednesday the 7th around about 7 o'clock in the evening. But the next day, on the Thursday, he pops up at the 2024 NFL Honours Awards, where he presents the Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year. So he flew in late on Tuesday night, and then literally only 48 hours later, he's presenting an award. How could he possibly have expected to remain in Sandringham for a couple of days if he was expected to present an award at the NFL Honours Award show? And this is why I think somebody is telling porky pies. But why would somebody do that, I hear you ask? Well, it's simple, really. To play the sympathy card and the victim card. Oh, they didn't let me stay. But you're already meant to be at the awards, so how on earth could you stay in the UK longer if you're allowed to? You know, if they would have given you the green light to spend more time with your father and stay at Sandringham, would you have sacked off the NFL Honours Awards? Something's not computing. Remember, this is the awards that he compared American football to rugby. You don't want to do that, Harry. You really, really don't. So it seems that he rushed back to America to make sure that he presented this award. But then you've got to ask the question, if you did that, how then were you expected to stay longer at Sandringham? Who has put this in the media? Is it the dirty, underhanded tricks, as Harry said, of Buckingham Palace and the firm trying to undermine him? Or is it the Sussex camp themselves? You know, Harry said in his Harry and Meghan documentary that it's a dirty game. And I say, Harry, yes, it is. You're playing a blinder. But then, so is the Crown at the moment. They literally pick him up from the airport, whisk him to Clarence's house, let him stay with his father for a few brief minutes, and then say, Hotel Sunshine. I can't work my head around whether or not this is a hit piece for Harry or whether or not it's from the Sussex's camp, because the bit that makes it justified from the Crown side is that they wouldn't get rid of him. Would that be something that the Sussex camps put out? I mean, it's kind of ambiguous, really. My own personal opinion is that Harry never intended to stay longer than he did at all. It was purely a PR stunt. Flew in, saw his father, flew out because he knew that he had to go to the NFL Honour Awards. And the fact that this has come out, I think that this is another ploy for sympathy. Harry knows without his direct connection to the royal family and seeing his family, there is nothing else to talk about. So by coming over and spending a short amount of time, just making that effort, has then legitimised that he can then speak on behalf of the royal family. And he did in the GMA interview for the Invictus Games. I mean, come on, if he hadn't have mentioned anything about his father's diagnosis, it wouldn't have got nearly the amount of coverage that it did. GMA used that as clickbait. Harry speaks out about his father's diagnosis. And there is the crux of the matter. He visited his father to get PR. He knew that he was going to be doing a GMA interview in Canada at the Invictus Games, and he needed some form of substance to that, because everybody knows that the next interview that Harry is going to do, they are going to ask about his father. So I'm not buying this, oh no, they didn't invite me to Sandringham nonsense. Because quite frankly, Harry, you know how these things work. Diaries are important and you can't just rock up and expect everybody to bow down to your will. Also, how is he expected to stay at Sandringham when he knows that Camilla is going to be there? And the news reports say that he didn't want to be in the same room as Camilla. It makes no sense. So once again, the lies are easily unpickable, blaming the courtiers and the firm for being frozen out. It is a beauty of an excuse, isn't it? I also find it a little bit far-fetched that this narrative is even being run with, because anybody that has gone through chemo knows how exhausting it is. Why on earth would you want to try and patch things up with somebody while you're going through that? I'm sure King Charles just wanted to sit down, rest and have a cup of tea, not build bridges with his wayward son. Frankly, it's a PR game, and he's only interested in making money and polarising himself in the media. Oh, I'm so sorry, Harry, that ship has well and truly sailed. So I would love to know what you guys think about this. Do you think it is the palace hitting back and making sure that everybody knows, no, we were not going to have him? Or do you think it's actually come out from the Sussex camp to make Harry look like the victim? As always, I would love to know your thoughts.
Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the notification bell and also that like button. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all of my followers for all the tips and all the emails, DMs that everybody sends to me. It really is greatly appreciated. So thank you very much for watching once again.